Hello. So tonight I listened to the whole Andrew Tate, Katie Hopkins interview, and something stood out to me. And one of the main themes of the podcast was, is Islam taking over, or is Islam filling a vacuum in Europe as to why Islam is growing at such a rapid number? Is it actually just the shrinking of Christianity? Now, you would have to look at it like this in terms of values, okay? And I'm not talking about which has more values or a structure built into values. I'm talking about like, if you look at it like this, like if you look at it like Muslim people really adhere to their values and morals. Then the second one would be, would we be talking about Hindus? I'm not sure if that's really applicable in this conversation right now. Why don't we think of, so we go Islam, then it would have to be either Christianity or secularism. And what does secularism mean? Secularism means like everything that doesn't really involve God and the Lord. So all this LGBT stuff, all this feminism, a lot of the hardcore liberalism, that is more enforced, forced adherence is more to that than Christianity. What do I mean? Think about this, that you're technically not allowed to go to a store and say Merry Christmas because it would offend people. So they say things like season's greetings. So now, if you're in a majority Christian country, or a country that was not ethnically, but religiously originally Christian, then you would really be left scratching your head thinking like, I wonder where this is all going. So, is Islam taking over because people are accepting the value systems? Who knows? Is Islam growing because the religion is just having more offspring? Who knows? Is the young generation kind of had their fill with forced pressure to woke ideology? Maybe. But he also has, Andrew Tate had a good way of taking ideas to their furthest logical conclusions. So Katie asked him, why would you be a Muslim? Why would you join a religion that does blah, blah, blah? And he said, imagine he had his son come to him and say, hey, Dad, I want to be a whale or a Muslim. He said that he would much rather, or he said his son rather come up to him and say, Dad, either I'm a girl or I'm a Muslim. And he said that he would much rather him become a Muslim, because following the way the battle of ideologies is being carried out, either Islam goes to its furthest endpoint, or woke ideology goes to its endpoint, which would be, you'd be sitting there and someone would be like, you're a girl, and you'd be like, no, I'm not. But then you wouldn't really have any real legs to say like, shut up, man, I'm not a girl. But or everyone is Muslim around you, and you're just like, okay, well, all the values and principles of all my friends, they all adhere to this, so maybe I should get in with them. Then she's just like, that's a stupid argument. How could you make such a piss poor argument? You're insulting my intelligence. Then he quickly is able to put it in reverse, do a U-turn, boom. And he's just like, Well, if you look at Muslims based that are from the third world, they are poor. But if you look at the best first world countries, they're Muslim countries in the sense like like some great countries in the Middle East, like how they're not bending as fast to woke ideology, how they're safer, how crime's more down, how they're not outwardly as confused a society. So I like that. I enjoyed the interview. It was good. And she said something kind of weird in the interview. She's just like, sometimes when I was going through things, I just felt like I wanted to end it all. And that's like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge for what she was talking about. Obviously, you can't use the word for what she was talking about on YouTube, but she was giving like a hint that she felt a certain type of way, and that she would get these thoughts. But it seemed like she was setting the idea to be made that maybe Andrew has those feelings too. So if something happens in the future, they could have him on camera saying sometimes he also admits to feeling ideas of thinking that this world is just too much to bear. So that's also, I'm glad that he kind of was able to walk that back a little bit. And also, it's good to refute that idea, to really say again that no, I feel great how I am. And yeah, life is hard, but isn't it hard for everyone? Also, she keeps telling him, go back to England. It's just like Julian Assange. Julian Assange is freed from wherever he's freed from, but part of his probation or whatever, something or his court case, allegedly he has to go to some island in the Caribbean and do his court proceedings or whatever, allegedly, from there. Now imagine the idea to think that, hey, yeah, I guess it's a good idea. Why don't I just fly there? What could happen on the trip? Which other countries could you be involved in? You know what I mean? When you're abroad, anything can happen. So that point, this last point I got was from Sam Tripoli's tinfoil hat, but it's also feeds right into the Andrew Tate thing. Now, I probably chatted your ear off quite a bit now. So please leave a like and subscribe. Please help my channel grow. Thank you.